Hi everyone, it's Miros and see what we have here. What a premium box, Huawei Pura 70 series and X-Mage branding. If you pre-order Huawei Pura 70 series globally, this is the box which it comes. Inside we have of course Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. This is the global version. I pre-ordered it here in Bulgaria, my country, and I will show you what we have in the box when you pre-order that device officially, of course. When you slide that box up, you can see we have Huawei FreeBuds 3 Pro as a gift when you pre-order the device, and also we have here Huawei Pura 70 Ultra and X-Mage branding with that nice box. Here is the whole box itself. It's wrapped with a plastic, but this is Huawei Pura 70 Ultra and X-Mage branding with that nice box. This is let me just check, is that true? Yes, this is the 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of internal storage version. It's a green version and global version 2, which is using EMUI 14.2. Let's unbox it. Okay guys, this is the box itself. Let's check. Here is written everything. Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. You can see RAM, ROM, and color is green, and the global version HBP LX9. What else we have? The box is like a 3D printed, very interesting material. Here is the place just to unwrap it. You just grab it here and just start opening. And this is it. Why this is happening every time, I'm not sure. Still, only Apple can do this to unwrap it properly. Now let's remove that plastic. All right, we are done, and I'm not sure. You can check that beautiful 3D texture here, but it is very nice. And remove the upper 3D printed part. And there it is, the Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. This is the box itself, everything is written on it. Now let's remove the top cap, and you can already see that this is the green version. I will show you that in a minute. I will put it here and see what we have in the box. Of course, we have here a very nice, again 3D printed plastic case, but it's with very grippable material. And this is the new Pura logo, which is everywhere on the back of the case. I like it. It's look like very premium. Of course, it's not very protective, but corners are still protected. So this is the case. Let's put it here and let's see what we have. Here we have get apps in two simple ways. This is the app gallery and phone clone instructions. We already knew this. And what else we have? SIM ejector tool. And we have some cards like warranties and so on and so on. Here comes the important part, because other manufacturers missing that part, and this is very big charger, European version of course, and it is 100 watt dual ports. Of course, it is they are not working simultaneously, only one port can work at one time, but it is a very nice touch that Huawei are giving us dual port charger, so you can select to use USB-A or USB-C cable. And here comes other important part, because we have the cable in the box, which is USB-C to USB-C, and this is the first time I think Huawei are doing this. Before that, every phone was coming with USB-A to USB-C cable, but now they are finally switched to USB-C to USB-C cable. And this is everything in the box. Let's put that here and let's unwrap the device. For me, it will be easier just to slide it. This is it. You can see here on the back we have that nice X-Mage branding. The camera bump is something which everyone is preferring different things, but I can say in this green color it's beautiful. I like it. Here we have that big camera ring, is the 1-inch sensor. Finally they implement that sensor in Huawei device. We have here 1-inch sensor coming from Sony, and it is 989, very nice and capable sensor. Here we have the telephoto camera, which is 50 megapixel. This one is also 50 megapixel, I forgot to tell you that. And here we have 3.5x optical zoom. Here the ultra wide camera is 40 megapixel beauty, and you can see that red accent on the power button, which is specific for Huawei devices. Here we have also the volume slider. On top we have a microphone, and I suppose this is the infrared blaster, which is still here. On the left side we have just the antenna bars. On the bottom we have USB-C, which is supporting video out. We have the loudspeaker here, and also SIM tray, which is supporting dual SIMs. On the front we have pre-installed screen protector. I'm not sure you can see it, but it is here. Let's power on the device and see what we have here. And this is it, the global version, which is using EMUI. I will just set up the device. I want to explain that this is an LTPO panel, which is supporting, of course, from 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate, and we have peak brightness of 2500 nits, which is a lot. And this is a 6.8 inch in diagonal display, which is like every new flagship. Now I will set up the device and we'll continue. And this is it, guys. The device is set up, and you can see even the welcome screen is just like HarmonyOS. So EMUI is becoming HarmonyOS more and more, which is something I really prefer and I really like, because HarmonyOS has tons of features. Again, something about the weight and feeling. This device is very comfortable because it doesn't have that sharp edges like the S24 Ultra, which even in case will hurt here my palm. But I really like that design. Very comfortable device. And on the back you can see everyone prefer different things, but I really like it. This is very grippable material, this vegan leather. And you know what's the best with this camera bump? When you put your device on table, it is not wobbling at all. This is really something I like. And what's the best here, let me just show you. You already probably knew that, but what we have here, we have that retractable camera lens for the main sensor. Let me just show you how it's working. Can you see it? And that nice sound. Let me just show you again. How usable it is, this is a different story, but really this is something new, which not many phones out there has it, and to be honest, none of them has it. And guys, of course, let's scroll and see what we have here. System and updates, software update. It is EMUI 14.2.0139, and my software is up to date. Let's check one more time, but this is the latest version for now for my device. Home screen and style, and check the always on display. Of course, we have here the new feature, which is always on display, like on iOS and like on OneUI for Samsung. We have here always on display wallpaper. So let's turn off the device and see what we get. You can see we have that AOD wallpaper, but it is only smart version, which means when you touch it or when the device watch you are watching it, then it will be enabled. And I think this is the smartest way to use that AOD with wallpaper. You can see something I'm not sure I like is the position of the fingerprint sensor. It is very low positioned, and that's something I hate, because you need to stretch your thumb here down to press it. We have here the snapshot, me time. This is not something you can't remove for more than 2 minutes, but it is still here. I'm not sure why Huawei are doing these recommended applications. I'm not sure why they are here. Of course, guys, I will make a deep dive in camera. I will compare it with S24 Ultra, I will compare it with iPhone 15 Pro and see which device is making better videos and better shots. Of course, night, day, macro and so camera will be tested separately. I will not go so in deep with the camera. If you search for micro G, you can see here are the micro G services, and of course if you hit install, it will install micro G services and also install micro G companion when you hit install, and it will start installing it. And this is the way you can use Google services on your Huawei device. If you go now in settings, scroll down to the accounts, user and accounts, add account, and you can see here we have a Google account already. If you tap it, micro G will be open and you can sign in with your Google account. And you know what's the best now? With Pura 70 series you can use Android Auto. How? By EMUI 14.2 it's enabled. Let me show you. Search for Aurora Store and download it from F-Droid. Session installer. Install all the applications that you want. This is the one you probably will need, Android System Web View. And when you are ready, you can just search for other applications and install them, just like YouTube, Maps and so on. Now let's open and test the applications. You can see when I open Google Maps, it is directly, here is my account, and we'll need to give it the permissions to use your location, and it's directly locating me. Let's go in Saved Places. Let's go to Timeline. And you can see Timeline is also working. So Google Location History is using with that micro G services, which is very important and everyone is asking me. Let's open YouTube. Here I am in my account directly. So everything is working as should be. Let's just download application like Android Auto. And test it on my car, of course. From APK Pure, let's download it and test it. You need to restart your device so all the Google services will start working. Let's check what's happened with Android Auto. Let's install it and see what we have interesting here. You need to go again in settings. You can see how smooth this device is. This is thing I really like, the smoothness of this device. Of course I will make a Geekbench, but this is something I just can't believe it's really happening, because it is so small, so smooth, not like every other devices. You need to give here all the permissions. You need to open here and go scroll to the bottom, tap sometimes here on the version info. Allow developer, then tap here and select developer settings, then scroll down and enable unknown sources. This is something you need to enable to make Android Auto work. Okay guys, I'm here in my car and now I will try to connect Pura 70 Ultra to it so we can check if Android Auto is working or not. By the way, this is a Volkswagen car, but I think it's not very important at that moment. Here is the Pura down there, and I will plug now the cable to it. And you can see available devices are appearing on the screen. Let's see what will happen. Let's tap on Android Auto. And here it is. Welcome to Android Auto. You can tap here to cancel, and of course let's hit next. Remember, you need to give it all the permissions before you start and enable unknown sources. Google app is not installed, we need to download it. Of course, this is something important, I just forget about this. Let's install that Google application. Okay guys, here it is the Google application. I just installed it using Aurora Store. Just hit install, wait it, and of course you will need to give it all the permissions to work properly with Huawei Pura series. And if you open it, it will start working. Now let's tap here again on our device, confirm it, and wait to see what will happen. Here it is Android Auto. Tap on the next screen, continue setup on your car screen, allow Android Auto to enable Bluetooth, allow it. The device connection service to connect to the internet to obtain information about nearby devices. Of course, give it all the permissions to read the messages and so on. And we need to move now. Android Auto needs to turn on the notification of access. Of course, go to home and enable here notification access for Android Auto. And let's wait a minute. That's it guys, we are now using Android Auto with Huawei Pura 70 Ultra and our car. Now let's go to settings and check what's happened with our Google account. Here we have it, and we can sync now Drive. And guys, remember, here we have something specific. Make your Google contacts synchronizing with your device. You just need to go your web browser and search for the Google Contact Sync application. Here it is. APK maybe. Yes, Google Contact Sync APK from APK Mirror. And download APK. Very simple and small application, 1.5 megabytes, but it will do the job. Let's hit here, hit install, and that's it. Alright, let's check now device and hardware info application to check and confirm everything about this device. It is using, of course, CPU Kirin 9010, which is the latest introduced with Pura 70 series. Of course, there are speculation. It is the same CPU as the one used on P60 Pro, which is 9000S, just with slightly higher clock speed, but I'm not sure about this and probably no one is. It is still created by 7 nanometer technology, and this comes with some disadvantages. Like if you tap here on the storage, you can see the RAM is LPDDR5X, which is the latest version, but the storage is not the latest and greatest because it won't work with that older version of CPU. You can see here is everything, and Huawei claims almost everything with this device is created in China, except for of course the main camera model, which is coming from Japan, from Sony. Here is the Kirin CPU. You can see the clusters and the cores, and here we have GPU Malone 910. SDK level is 31. And security level is L1 for this wide one, and you know that means you can watch Netflix with HD quality, with full HD quality. But of course you first need to install these microG services, because otherwise it won't be supported. And that's almost everything important. Now let's run one Geekbench 6. And here it is, the results of Geekbench 6. They are not very low, but of course not very high in single core and multi-core. Of course, guys, keep in mind that this device and its CPU is created by 7 nanometer technology, and because of the restrictions, Huawei can't be as fast as other Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 devices, but this will not be a problem for daily usage. Believe me, this will be the smoothest device you ever use, this Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. It is way smoother than other devices. And this is almost everything about this device. Every test is coming, everything new will be published on my channel, so if this video helps you somehow, don't forget to subscribe and like my videos.